beef. It was never no beef. It was a situation where my girl cousin got killed.
Yeah.
And a nigga, if you around that, if you even like promote anything with free him or any of that, I'm on your. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, if you promoting, I swear to God, if you promoting killing his baby mama, his baby, all gang, I can't with you. And I swear to God, if I catch a promoting that, I swear to God, folks. You hear me? That's all I'm saying.
Your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, after spending 10 years in county jail, King Von affiliate and 600 member BiteDown has now been found guilty. Now, I don't know what's going on in Chicago and why it seemed like they handle everything slowly, but to be sitting in the county jail for over 10 years for a crime is insane. Keep in mind the severity of the crime. This isn't a DUI, this isn't a grand larceny or a petty theft charge. This is a situation where a man was accused of unaliving his pregnant girlfriend and her brother, along with trying to unalive 2 other people. I would think that this would be one of the more serious cases that they deal with. Can you imagine being the family of the victims and waiting 10 years for justice to be served? Or even as him, being in the county for 10 years, it's gut-wrenching not knowing the outcome on whether you be found guilty or not for a whole decade. But I'm sure at some point, he may just be used to it by now. Now, for y'all that don't know who BiteDown is, he was a member of the Chicago crew Team 600 and a very close affiliate of King Von. Actually, he would be the center of the most recent tension between 600 and Lil Zay Osama after Lil Zay Osama would do an interview with No Jumper and bring up the situation between him and King Von. It all started when Osama would mention approaching King Von for affiliating himself with BiteDown after knowing what he's accused of, and stated at the time he basically blacked out. He felt that anybody who supported BiteDown was basically a target, and that's when he also mentioned 600 members. Then it would get even more messy as he would then mention THF member TP, who was shot and unalive in front of his family, where many people assumed that it was get back for another situation.
It was one of those things where like, if you around that, if you even like promote anything with free him or any of that, I'm on your. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that. Like, but Von was telling me like, bro, you know ain't nobody rooting for him. I understand what he did to your cousin and like that, but you know he all alone in this shit. He by himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to look out for him and at least help him get home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was his homie before any of it happened. You know what I'm saying? That's Von homie. So he was probably trying to just help him get in a better situation, whatever the case may be. I ain't give a fuck at the time. I was ready to go to war, whoever about that. You get what I'm saying?
So they gonna BiteDown?
Yep, you know.
Now, Zay went on to post a DM between him and King Von due to people not believing he actually had a conversation with King Von about everything that went down, but some people say it's not like what he made it seem. Now, it started getting out of hand because after that, the whole 600 crew would basically post BiteDown, showing their support for him, basically letting Lil Zay Osama know that they don't care what he says, they're still going to support their brother. This will only get more out of hand as Osama will go live with DMG Lil Deuce saying F Team 600 and would share threats with Lil Deuce regarding 600 back and forth.
Anything about or promoting that, not love to be said. You hear me? You're not.
Hey,
Listen, if you promoting, I swear to God, if you promoting killing his baby mama, his baby, all gang, I can't with you. And I swear to God, if I catch a promoting that, I swear to God, folks. You right down, or whoever rocking with him, I catch supporting that, any of that in the air. It's in the sky. Nigga, you know what? Fuck 600. What you talking about, man?
And bench that. Okay.
And all y'all dead homies, nigga. Turn up about it. Talk about.
Now, unfortunately, Little Deuce would be shot and unalive not too long after that, but it's no indication that 600 had anything to do with it. Now, if you're wondering why Lil Zay Osama feels the way he does concerning BiteDown, it's because back in 2016, BiteDown was accused of unaliving his pregnant girlfriend and her brother, along with attempted unaliving on 2 others. Now, according to DNA Info, a Chicago media source article regarding the incident, it'll state, quote, "A South Shore man with a history of gun violence has been charged with fatally shooting his pregnant girlfriend and her 16-year-old brother in a brazen November 3rd attack that also critically wounded 2 women. According to prosecutors, Daryl Benton Harris, 19, began dating Imani House, 20, last summer. Benton Harris became a fixture at House's South Chicago home until May of this year, when House gave birth to the couple's first child, Assistant State Attorney Becky Walters said during the bond hearing Friday. Benton Harris and House saw each other sporadically after the baby's birth, prosecutors said, and House soon found herself pregnant with the couple's second child. House was 4 months along on November 3rd when Benton Harris visited House's family home in the 8,000 block of South Shore Drive sometime after midnight, prosecutors said. House lived with a 5-month-old daughter, her mother, and her 4 younger siblings, according to Walters. A 29-year-old family friend was visiting that evening, prosecutors said, and the entire family disliked Benton Harris for how he treated House. House's younger brother, 16-year-old Elijah Harris, got into an argument with Benton Harris that soon escalated into a physical fight, Walters said. Benton Harris left the home and returned a short while later with a gun. That's when he gunned down Elijah in front of the boy's 42-year-old mother, prosecutors said. As the mother tried to run away, Walters said Benton Harris fired multiple shots, striking the woman in her back. She collapsed on the ground, prosecutors said, and Benton Harris proceeded to shoot Imani House, killing her and the couple's unborn child. By that point, the 42-year-old mother had begun crawling away despite her injuries, prosecutors said. Benton Harris allegedly shot the woman once more, and she played deceased for the remainder of the attack. In all, the woman was shot 5 times in her back, buttocks, left thighs, and right breast, and survived. Benton Harris then turned his attention towards the family's 29-year-old friend, who tried to hide in the bathroom, Walters said. The woman was shot in her neck, back, and leg, and survived. Benton Harris left alone his 5-month-old daughter and the other children in the house, according to prosecutors. He then fled and was arrested following a routine traffic stop Wednesday. According to an arrest report, police pulled over a car in which Benton Harris was the passenger because he and the driver were not wearing seatbelts. Benton Harris gave officers a fake name, Walters said, and the men were soon allowed to leave. But as the driver pulled away near 63rd in California, police say he cut off traffic and began driving erratically. Officers followed the car until it stopped a few blocks away, according to the arrest report, and the men stepped out of the car. Benton Harris looked toward the police with his hands in his pockets, officers said. When they asked him to show his hands, Benton Harris replied, "F no," and took off running, according to the arrest report. Since officers believed Benton Harris was armed, they chased him and used a taser on the man, court records show. Benton Harris was arrested about 11 p.m. Wednesday in the 6500 block of South Whipple Street. He was carrying 6 bags of marijuana, but no weapon. Police soon learned Benton Harris' true identity. He was wanted on an arrest warrant for the M's of Imani and Elijah House, court records show. Imani House, who was 4 months pregnant, had been fatally shot in her right flank, right breast, and mouth, prosecutors said. Elijah, meanwhile, was fatally shot in his back. Benton Harris, who is currently homeless, according to court testimony, is charged with first-degree M, attempted first-degree M, resisting police, obstructing identification, possession of marijuana, reckless conduct, aggravated battery by discharging a firearm, and intentional homicide of an unborn child. A juvenile Benton Harris was previously found guilty of retail theft, possession of a stolen motor vehicle, unlawful use of a weapon, and aggravated unlawful use of a weapon. As an adult, he has a pending case for trespassing. Cook County Judge Peggy Chimpus on Friday denied Benton Harris bail. If convicted, he could face a life sentence. Now, the male victim of that situation was Lil Zay Osama's cousin. So this is why Zay felt the need to feel a way he did towards anybody supporting BiteDown. However, that didn't stop 600 members from showing their support for BiteDown either way. And like I stated in the previous video, it's not that they agree with what he did. Of course, I'm sure they checked him about it or expressed how they felt about him, but I'm also sure it was done in private. But when you, somebody who's not even within the circle, start saying things like, oh, whoever support him is up, now it's past the fact that he did what he did, and it's more of an ego thing, pride, because we're all grown men. What did he expect? He expected him to stay quiet in Chicago? No, man. That reminds me of school days when you'll be in school and someone arguing with somebody else who got nothing to do with you say something like, I'll smack anybody in here, or I'm the toughest one in this classroom, something of that nature. And what do you expect people to say after that? And pretty much that's how it went. But on another note, after 10 years of waiting in the county, BiteDown has been found guilty on charges stemming from the 2 unalivings and 2 attempted unalivings, according to Drill Music. Now, according to the DNA Info article, it says that he will face life in prison if convicted, but he hasn't been legally sentenced as of yet. But with 2 unalivings, 2 attempts with a prior history, one can only believe that he'll be doing life, unfortunately. Now, with all this going on, Lil Zay Osama would take time to make fun of the news, in which I'm sure later we will see a bunch of responses from 600 members. But Lil Zay Osama would take to his Instagram story to say, quote, they scream free you, but you fought the case with a public defender. Now you gotta turn GAY and rock B-word, add N-word. I got whatever for who beat him on any deck he land on, merged. Laughing emoji, hands up emoji, hit me. Now, prior to King Von's unaliving, it's said that he was working to get BiteDown a lawyer, but of course, unfortunately, he passed away, so he was never able to do so. And to be honest with you, fighting any charge, especially an unaliving charge with a public defender, it's like you asking to go to prison. However, with those charges and whatever evidence he has against him, many may have thought that it made no sense to get him a lawyer in the first place. And it sounds crazy, but for these type of cases, you're looking at an easy $200 to $500K when it comes to getting a lawyer. With one body, they're looking for at least $100K. So to have 2 bodies and 2 attempts with priors, yeah. But I would say this, Lil Zay Osama gotta watch how he laughs, because the same thing that'll make you laugh will make you cry. You never ever ever under any circumstance joke about the deceased or jail. The universe has a weird way of coming back, especially if you find yourself in the streets yourself. So we gotta be careful. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. And I'm out.